27 here. Give me Bleach chapter 540, the Sword 5. Holy shit, I did not see this coming. But then when you actually think about it, it kind of makes sense. Although, this is a big warning. If you haven't read this chapter, go read it now, then come back and watch this review. Because I am going to start right now, because major spoilers for the entire Bleach series. You have been warned. Okay, so the chapter begins with Nimaiya. Oh yeah! Just, I don't know. And all of a sudden, we see 5 silhouettes popping out of nowhere in the sky, and they all beat the living crap out of Nimaiya. For some freaking reason, I don't know, it's supposed to be like their little entrance. And we're introduced to 5 characters. One of them we already know was Mera, but we're introduced to 4 new ones.
Nimaiya's private escort team is in the hizzy! What the hell did I just get myself into? I like the little Salchi face. It looks kind of funny. It's like he doesn't really care. It just doesn't know what the hell's going on. So cute. Okay, so we got Mera. At least I think that's her name. I'm not sure. We got some token lowly girl. Some sophisticated, posh, probably spoiled girl with black hair. A girl who's energetic, has big boobs and pigtails. And I think that's a girl. I don't know. It's just there's somebody lying down taking a nap. I don't get that.
Anyway, Nimaiya calls to Ichigo's Asachi, and the Asachi disintegrates and actually takes the form of an actual blade. So this chapter basically starts off with Ichigo Zanpakuto starting to become reforged. Mera, I don't know if I'm getting that name right, by the way. It looks like she started to blow out fire. I think it's fire, but then again, it kind of looks like water. It's pretty hard to tell. But the one girl with the dark hair, she's like, oh, this is so lame. We have to work so hard for things like this. It's so troublesome. Does it get any worse than this? And she's like crying, I think, but I don't know. And we learn that her name is Toki. Anyway, the pigtail girl actually grabs onto the Asauchi with her pigtails. No, I am not making this up. We get a better close of that girl was lying down, and honestly, she looks like a chibi Ichigo when he enters Final Getsuga Tensho. I don't know why, it's just freaking cute. Anyway, she pulls down the bandages of her mouth, and she pulls out a tooth for some reason, and all of a sudden, she pulls out a hammer, which she gives to Nimaiya. So, where did the hammer come from? I mean, did it come from that tooth? I actually see Nimaiya and is actually acting serious for once. Big freaking surprise there. He even takes off his sunglasses and ties his hair up. So he takes the hammer and starts to slam onto the Asauchi for it to be reforged. While he's working though, he talks to Ichigo, who by the way, he calls him Chan-Ichi. It's like Ichi-chan backwards. And he tells Ichigo if he noticed it. The reason why his Asauchi turned whiter than snow on his touch. This actually is something I have to point out. Ever since we saw Ichigo, Shikai, and Bankai, it was all black. When he got the Asauchi, it was completely white. And I don't know if it's like something wrong with the speech bubbles or something, but according to Nimaiya, because they're pointing at Nimaiya, he says, didn't something like this run through your head of yours? It's just like the hollow within me. I think he was either quoting Ichigo about the hollow, that, or he just declared that he also has a hollow too. That's something I'm a bit confused. I mean, like, what? He's a visor? When he get a hollow? What the hell? That's just something I have to point out because I don't know if it's like some sort of error. Then we actually learned something. Ichigo's inner hollow. Shirasaki, Ichigo spelled backwards, whatever the hell you want to call it. I personally call it Shirasaki. He says, according to Nimaiya, that Ichigo's Zanpakuto is actually his hollow. According to Nimaiya, the hollow that Aizen created, since, it was manifested from the Shinigami souls, it was called Shiro, aka White. Which we already learned that in the Everything But the Rain flashback arc. But the thing is, it was also how the Asachis were made, because they're always white. Apparently, when Ichigo was affected by the Hollow, it manifested and fused with his Shinigami powers, which was why Shirosaki had the Zanpakuto, even had the Shinigami outfit. And then he declares that Zangetsu, the Zangetsu we all knew from the very beginning, he was pretending to be Ichigo's Zanpakuto. If you're confused now, it gets better, because major spoiler alert! And then we finally get to see old man Zangetsu, finally, after been like 200, 100, 150, very, very, very long time. But we finally get to see him inside his mindscape. All he's just standing there closing his eyes. Ichigo, even though he's in his mindscape, he hears Nimaiya talking to him. He says, "Look very closely, Ichigo. You should be able to connect the dots." He was trying to pull the wool over your eyes. That was what he said. And brace yourselves, because you will not believe it. Zangetsu this whole time was Yuha Bak. What? That's right. Yuha Bak. The man that currently has Soul Society running around like a chicken with its head cut off. And it turns out not only was the Zangetsu we knew this whole time, ever since the series was introduced, was not his Zanpakuto spirit, but his actual manifestation of his Quincy powers. Yeah. And apparently that form he took happens to be Yuha Bak from what he looked like 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago of what he looked like when he fought against the Shinigami, including Yamamoto. This whole freaking time. And that is where the chapter ends. So yeah, that is Bleach chapter 540. The reforging of the Zanpakuto, I guess it was okay. I mean, yeah, we get to see them. But we're introduced to these girls, which I have no idea who the hell they are. One of them is named Toki. But like halfway through the second half, I cannot believe Zangetsu, this whole time we all thought it was Zangetsu, was actually Yuha Bak. Was actually a manifestation of Ichigo's Quincy powers. This whole freaking time. But then again, it was weird because I did notice some resemblance of Zangetsu and Yuha Bak, but I didn't actually think it would be actually Zangetsu. You know what? I don't even think I can call him Zangetsu anymore. But the thing is, the resemblance is so uncanny. I mean, seriously, this is what Yuha Bak looks like. And this is what Zangetsu looks like. They look quite similar. Holy shit. But then again, when you think back, when Ichigo fought against Shirosaki for the very first time, when he asked him, "Who are you?" Ichigo asked Shirosaki. Shirosaki replies to him, "I am Zangetsu." Now it makes sense because he really is Zangetsu. But then there were so many questions that are going through my mind. I mean, first of all, why would Zangetsu claim to be his Zanpakuto powers if it was actually if he actually was his Quincy manifestation? Maybe he wanted to like convince Ichigo to gain his trust when the time comes. I'm not sure, but maybe he just didn't want Ichigo to unleash his true Shinigami powers. This whole time Shirosaki was telling the truth. But why didn't he say anything about Zangetsu? This chapter was honestly way, way better than the previous one. Because yeah, there were some panels I didn't think were completely unnecessary, but hey, at least it didn't waste anything at this moment. So, like, what does this mean? So is Zangetsu, fake Zangetsu, is he evil? Is he bad? I guess that explains like why he has to say goodbye to Zangetsu. That means he might have, so eventually the fake Zangetsu will eventually leave and he'll have to be working together with Shirosaki Zangetsu, Shirogetsu. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. Shirogetsu. So yeah, so many questions going through my head. I mean, the fact that fake Zangetsu lied to Ichigo about his Shinigami powers, and he never said anything about Ichigo about Quincy's. I guess he lied to him probably to gain his trust eventually when he meets Yuha Bak. Yeah, probably, but still doesn't explain Shirosaki's behavior. No, sorry, Shirogetsu's behavior. There's probably a reason why fake Zangetsu lied to him about it. So many questions going through my head right now. Holy shit. So yeah, that is Bleach chapter 540. Tell me, guys, what do you think about this chapter? How did you react when you learned that Zangetsu wasn't really Zangetsu? What will this mean for Ichigo? So tell me what you thought about this chapter in the comment section down below. I'm Respond47, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.